Dear students, in this video, I'll be solving the revision sheet of SRT1 for grade 9. We start with question 1. It says calculate. So here we have times and divide by 10, 100, and 1000. So remember, in this question, we don't have to do any calculation. It's only moving the decimal point. So remember, first, you learn at school multiplication and then division. So multiplication will move the decimal point to this direction to the right, and division will move it to the left. How many steps the decimal point will be moving according to how many zero we have? So if it is 100, it has two zeros, so it means 2 steps. Now let's do the first one. Multiplication, so 2 steps to the right. 1, 2. Now where's the decimal point is here, which means it's out. There's no numbers here on the right. So the answer will be 6,238. Next one times 1,000. How many steps to the right? 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's here. So it's 48.1. Now next one we have times 10 times 10. How many zeros we have? 2, which means 2 steps. 1 step, 2 steps. So the decimal point is out. 592. Now division, we divide by 100. As you know, divide goes to the left. How many steps? 2. 1 step, 2 steps. So it's between 4 and 5. So 4.516. Next one, divide by 1,000. Now here we need to go to the left. 3 steps. Let's try to do it. This is 1. Okay, I still have 2 steps, but I don't have numbers. So we should add, each time I should add 0. So I move 1 step. Now I move 2 steps. I still need the third one. Again, let me add 0. Let me move 1 step. So the decimal point is here. Now let me write it down. 0.00719. But can I leave it here empty? 0.00, no. So we have to fill before the decimal point, which is 0 again. So it's 0.00719. Okay, last one, divide by 100. So we need to go 2 steps. This is 1. And then I don't have the second step, so as we said, we add a 0. So it's 0.01467. But we don't keep it empty, so we put 0. What if the first one times 1,000, not 100? 3 steps to the right. So you go 1 step to the right, 2 steps to the right. Now the decimal point is already out. 6238. Okay, the decimal point is out, and I still have one more step to go. So what do? We add a 0. Okay, now question 2. Round each number to the accuracy given in the bracket. So in each bracket here, you can see there's an accuracy written. So 2SF means 2 significant figures. Now the first number is 12,567. They said do the rounding for 2 significant figures. Now, how do I count the significant figures? From the left. You count 1, 2. So this one. Okay, we underline 2. Now, what are the steps for rounding? First of all, I underline the degree of accuracy that is mentioned, which is 2 here, 2 significant figures. I underline 2. Then we look at one number behind. If it is less than 5, this is round down. So this is like 4, 3, 2, 1. This is round down. Now, if it is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so if it is 5 or more, it's round up. So in round up, what do I have to do? In round up, for the number that I underlined, I add 1. In round down, what do I do for the number that I underline? We keep. You keep it as it is. Now, Mister, what should I do for the numbers before the line? We write them as it is. Okay, but what should I do for the numbers after the line? We write them as 0. Let's see. We said here the second significant figure is 2. Now, where do I look at? I look at 5. Is it round up or down? So 5 round up. So what do I have to do? I should add 1 to the underlined value. What did I underline? 2. Let's add 1 to 2. It will be 3. Now, as you asked, what do I do for the numbers before the line? We should write them. What do I have? I have 1. What should I do for the numbers after the line? The 5, 6, 7. I change them with 0. So 12,000, when I round it up, it becomes 13,000. Okay, next. 38.415 and round 4 to dp. What does that mean? This means the second decimal place. Okay? The second decimal place. How do I count for the second decimal place? You count from left, okay, but from where? After the decimal point. After the decimal point, you count from left to the second decimal place. So 1, 2. So which value? 1 is the second decimal place. Okay, now let's do the rounding. We do the same steps always. We look at 5, 5 round up. So we add 1 to this value. That 1 will be 2. Okay, what do I have to do for the numbers before the line? I write them. 4.38. What do I do for 5? We said after the line, we write them as 0. Okay, but look, I'm talking about decimal values. We know that in decimal places, 0 has no meaning if it is at the end. So if I said 420, or if I said 42, it's the same thing. So if you write it, it's okay, but it's better if we don't write it. So 38.42. Okay. Then, next one we have two significant figures. So, okay, teacher, you said we should count from left. Okay, so 1, 2. Is it that value? That 0? No, it's not. So the significant figure, we start counting after the zeros. So if I have 0, 0.0, I don't count them. I start counting from 8. So 8, then 5. So 5 is the second significant figure here. Okay, now where do I look at? We look at 2. Is it round up or down? 2 is round down. So what do I do for 5? We keep it as it is. So let me write it 5, 8, 0, 0.0. Now what about the numbers after 5? We change them with 0, but as we said, as a decimal numbers, zeros at the end has no meaning, so we can remove them. So it's 0.085. Then 3 decimal places, we count after the decimal. 1, 2, 3. So underline 6. We look at 5, round up, so this 6 will be 7. Before the 6, we write them 7, 8. This is the decimal, 9. Again, after decimal, after the 6, we will not write 0 because it has no meaning. E, 3 significant figures. Let's count from left. 1, 2. Do I count that 0? Yes, because it's not the first value. 1, 2, 3. So 5 is the third significant figure. We look at 6 is round up. So 5 will be 6, and then write the one before, 0, 1. Then point what? 0, 0. Again, it has no meaning, so remove them. 106. Last one, 1 decimal place, which means the 9. We look at 5 is round up. So what do I have to do to 9? We said we should add 1. Okay, 9 plus 1 is 10. So do I write it like this? 4.10. Now, actually, if you compare it, this is 4.9, this is 4.1, or 4.95, this is 4.10. Okay, I said round up, but this is down, this is less. So it means I did something wrong. What is it? When I do 49 plus 1, it becomes 10. I don't write 10. What do I write? Instead of 9, I write 0, and we carry 1 here to the next value. Because it becomes more than 9, it becomes 10 and more. Just like addition. When I have, for example, 15 plus 27, let's say. When you do 5 times 7, which is 12, you don't write 12. What do? You write 2 and you carry 1 up. So this is doing exactly the same. I'm doing 9 plus 1 is 10, so I write 0 and I carry 1 here. Okay, so now, 4 will be 5. So 4.95 is rounded up to be 5. Okay, next. Calculate. So in this question, we have actually different subjects. First three, A, B, and C, is about adding and subtracting with having some positive and negative values. Okay, before I start solving this, we need to remember the steps. We said there are 3 steps. If I do them, I will get everything correct. What are the steps? Step number 1, it says combine. We wrote it in our notebook in detail, but here I'm just summarizing. Combine. What do I combine? The signs. I'll explain it after. Combine. Then, step number 2, what do? I compare. I compare the signs. Okay, let's say I compare them. So what should I do? If they are similar, what should I do? Add the numbers. Okay, if I compare them and they were different, what should I do? We should subtract the numbers. Then step number 3, take the sign from what? From the largest or the biggest value. Okay, now since I have the steps here on the right, let's apply them. First, combine. What do I combine? If I have 2 signs next to each other. Do I have it here? Yes, I have plus and minus written next to each other. What is plus times minus? It's minus. Now, some of you also might forget this. So we remind you by doing this. Plus times plus, plus times minus, minus times plus, minus times minus. So I multiply the signs to combine them. Plus times plus, what is it? Plus. Plus times minus, minus. Minus times plus, minus. Minus times minus, plus. Okay, but mister, sometimes I forget. How can I memorize them? I can tell you. Check them. Are they similar? If the signs are similar, then change them with a plus. But if the signs are different, change them with a minus. Okay, let's continue doing the steps. So first step, I combine. I did plus times minus is minus. Now, it's okay since I have space. Let me write it down. Now I have minus 25 and then minus 14. So I don't see those old signs, okay? I only see the new one. So minus 25 minus 14. Now I go to step number 2. Compare. What do I compare? I compare the signs. This is negative. This is negative. So are they similar or different? So those are similar. So what do? I add the numbers. Step number 2 about the numbers, okay? What do? I add the numbers. 25 plus 14, it's 39. Then last step, what do? Take the sign of the biggest number or the largest number. Which one is bigger? When I look at them, I look at them without the signs. Which one is bigger, 25 or 14? 25 is bigger. So take its sign and write it in the answer. So it's minus 39. Okay, next. Step number 1, two signs next to each other, minus times minus, plus. Now write the question, minus 18 plus 40. Step number 2, compare the signs, negative and positive. They are different. Different, what should I do? I should subtract, oops, I should subtract the values. Always do the bigger one minus the smaller one. 40 minus 18 is 22. Step number 3, take the sign of the largest one. 40 is bigger than 18, so it has to be positive. You can write the sign, but it's better if you don't write it. Because when I don't write, it means it's positive. Next, minus minus is a plus. So what do I have? Plus 72, plus 28. Both of them similar, so same sign, similar. So we add the numbers, 28 and 72, 100. Take the sign of 72, it's a plus, positive. Okay, now let me erase them. Now part D is something different. I have 4 plus 3 times 6 minus 10 divided by 2. Now some students will do like this. They say 4 plus 3, 7. Then 7 times 6, okay. We tell them stop, this is wrong. So we say that in English, we read from left to right. In Arabic, we read from right to left. In math, how do I read? Order of operation. What does that mean? So we have different levels. It tells me where do I start. So in math, first thing I look at is bracket. Then what if I don't have bracket? We look at powers. For example, 2 power 3. After powers, what do I look at? Multiplication and division on the same level. So what if I have them in the question? You do them from left to right then. And the last thing you do is plus and minus. So here, if I do 4 times 4 plus 3, look, this is the last step. So we don't do 4 plus 3. So let me check here. Do I have brackets? No. Do I have powers? No. What do I have? Multiplication and division. Let's start with multiplication. 3 times 6, 18. Then let's do the division. 10 divided by 2, 5. Now let me write the answer. Let me write the question again. Simplify it. 4 plus 18 and then minus 5. 4 plus 18, 22. 22 minus 5 is 17. So this is called order of operation. Now E is also order of operation. Where do I look at first? The bracket. So let's solve first inside the bracket. What do I have inside the bracket? I have subtraction and power. Which one do I do? I do power. 3 power 2. Please, it's not 6, okay? It's not 3 times 2. 3 power 2 means 3 times 3, which is 9. So 9 minus 2 is 7. Now you look at outside. What do I have? I have power 2. Again, this is not 7 times 2. This is 7 times 7, which is 49. Okay, now let me remove them. Now the last calculation that I asked about, let me write it again. It's 8 x power 9, then to the power of 2 over 3. And it says calculate, not simplify. It says calculate. So we need answers. Okay, guys, here we need to learn something. When the power is a fraction, this is the power. If it is a fraction, how do I read it? The numerator is power. The denominator, what is it? Is root. So I should solve this by 2 steps. Power and root. Which one should I start with? Always, it's easier if you minimize your numbers or decrease your numbers. How? So start with the root first. Okay, which root I have? It's a 3, which means the cube root. Now, let me write it down. I will write the cube root, because it's 3. The cube root of 8 and x power 9. Now remember this, okay? Power and root as a fraction. And then write equal to. So first, what's the cube root of 8? What does it mean, cube root? We talked about it in the first question. Means number times itself to give me 8. What's that number? It's 2. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Then, mister, how can I do x power 9 cube root? Isn't it too much? No, it's easy. We said, let's make it as a fraction. What do I write in the fraction? Power and then root. What's the power of x? 9. What's the root that I have? 3. So look, I write the power as a fraction. What is x to the power of 9 over 3? What is 9 over 3? Which is easily 3. So the cube root of x power 9 is x cube. Okay, mister, we finished the root. What do we have to do first? We have to do the power. Now, because I don't need to change the question, we put a bracket here after you finish, and you write the power, which is 2. I didn't write it from the beginning, so to make it easier for you. Now, and I put here power 2. Now let me solve. Unfortunately, many students will do, okay, mister, we know it, it's easy. If I have power and another power, I will multiply them. Okay, so what is the answer? They will say it's very easy. It's 2x power 6 because 3 times 2 is 6. Then unfortunately, this is wrong. Why it's wrong? Because see, that power is outside the bracket. That bracket tells me this power 2 should go to x and should go to 2 as well. So what is 2 to the power of 2? 4. What is x power 3 power 2? We said we multiply the powers. So it's x to the power of 6. So many students, they will forget this. To give that power to the integer, to the whole number. 2 power 2 is 4. So this is the final answer, 4x to the power of 6. Next, evaluate these expressions when a is 5, b is minus 3. So this is given. The variable a is 5 and b is minus 3. Okay, the first one, minus 4a. We should know that minus 4a, it comes from minus 4 times a. So when I see minus 4 and a, this means multiplication. Now, what do I substitute a by? A is 5. So what do? I do minus 4. Then I prefer to write it in a bracket. So I remember that it's multiplication. So minus 4 times 5 is minus 20. Good, next one. Minus 7 in bracket, what is b? It's minus 3. Minus times minus plus 7 times a 3, 21. But that plus, we don't have to write it. We can remove it. It's 21. Now, 3, what is a? 5. I prefer to put in a bracket, and then a to the power of 2. Now, some of the students, unfortunately, they will do 3 times 5, 15, and then power 2. No, we talk about priority. So we have power before multiplication. So I should do power first. What is 5 to the power of 2? 5 times 5 is 25. So 3 times 25, 75. Now, A, B. A is 5, B is minus 3. Multiply then 5 times minus 3 is minus 15. 12a. So it's 12 times 5 over 10. You can multiply 12 times 5 is 60 over 10. And then do the division, which is 60 over 10 is 6. Or you can simplify before multiplication. You can say this 10 is divided by 5, which is 2. And this 5 is divided by 5, so it's cancelled. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now the last one, let me just rewrite it. It's minus 21 over b. This line means over b. So which means minus 21 over what is b? Is minus 3. Now minus divided by minus plus. 21 divided by 3, 7. But that plus, I can remove it. So minus 21 over minus 3 is 7. Next, simplify these expressions, leaving your answers in index form. So we try to simplify as much as we can. And for the variables, we keep them as powers. Now first, we have 5y power 6 times y power 4. So I write 5y to the power of 10. Okay, Mr. From where did you get that 10? So we say here we have properties, we have to memorize them. In multiplication, when the bases are the same, what do I do in multiplication? I add the powers. In division, what do I do for the powers? I subtract them. And then if I have power and on the top of it there is another power, what do I do for the powers? I multiply them. So let's continue solving now. Square root 3 times square root 3. Some of you will multiply. They will say it's square root of 9. And then square root of 9 means a 3. But you can easily memorize it if you multiply a square root by itself. So you write it without the square root. So it's a 3. Now m power 5 times m power 7, we said we add the powers. So 7 plus 5 is 12. So m power 12. Now division. 36 divided by 4 is 9. Then n power 12 divided by n power 4. In division, we subtract the powers. 12 minus 4, 8. Next, remember that one we said don't forget this power 3 to k and 2. So first you do 2 power 3, which is 8. 2 times 2 times 2. And then k power 5 power 3. So I have two powers, I multiply them. 5 times 3 is 15. Next, 5d to the power of minus 2. Now, in math, we don't like to see a negative power. So let me make it positive. How to make the power positive? We should flip. Okay, mister, we know if I have division, if I'm dividing fractions, I turn it to multiplication and I flip. But it's a fraction. Here, I don't have a fraction. How do I flip? Okay, we can make it fraction. How? Over 1. Anything you need to make it fraction, you put over 1. Now, what should I do to make the power positive? Flip. Let's flip it. 1 over 5b to the power of 2. Don't forget it's in bracket to the power of 2. Now that 2 will go to d and 5. 5 power 2, 25. d power 2 is the same, d to the power of 2. Okay. Then find the value of x in this equation. We have 2 power 3 power x, 4 power 2x. What's the problem here? X is in the power. So I should work out the powers in the properties that we talked about in question 5. But, Mr., you said we should have the same base in order to add the powers or subtract them. Okay, so here it's not the same base? No, it's not. 2, 4, 64. So we think, how can I make them the same base? Can I write 4 as 2 to the power of something? Yes, what is it? 2 to the power of 2. 2 power of 2 is 4. Okay, so let me change it. And here, those two, you multiply them. Power 3 power x. So I will have 2 power 3x times 2 power 2. This is instead of 4. It's 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 2a is equal to Now 64. Also, I need to write it as 2 to the power of something. Now we know that 64 is what? Is 8 times 8. But what is 8? 8 is 2 to the power of 3. So multiply them. 2 power 3 times 2 power 3 is 2 to the power of 6. So 64 is 2 to the power of 6. Okay. Now let me simplify 4. This one 2, I mean. So 2 power 2, power 2x. This one, let's simplify it. What is it? 2 times 2x is 4x. So it will be 2 to the power of 4x. Now, did I make all the bases similar? Yes. In multiplication, what do? I add the powers. So 3x plus 4x is equal to 6. Now I only take the power because I'm interested in finding x. So let me take only the power and solve it as equation. 3x plus 4x is equal to 6. Let's solve it. 3x plus 4x, 7x. What is it equal to? 6. Now find x, make it the subject. So we need to remove 7. So we do the opposite, we divide by 7. So x is equal to 6 divided by 7. Can we keep it as a fraction? Yes, we can. So x is 6 over 7. Okay, next question. 7. Expand and simplify this expression. Expand and simplify. You know, in expanding, when I have a bracket and there is something outside the bracket, what do? I multiply it by everything inside. And here as well, 4x times 5x squared, 4x times minus x. But please be careful for the signs. Now, 3x squared times x. First, I multiply the numbers. 3 times here, nothing, which means 1. So it's a 3. X squared times x. We said that we add the powers. X squared times x power 1, which is x cubed. Now, 3x squared times minus 2. First, let's multiply the signs. 3x is plus, 2 is minus. Plus times minus, minus. Then multiply the numbers. 3 times 2, 6. Then write x squared down. Now plus, let's do this part. 4 times 5, 20. X times x squared is x cubed. Next, plus times minus, minus. 4 times nothing here is 4. And x times x is x squared. So now I finished from multiplication and expanding. What do I have to do? Simplify. So I check which ones are similar. Here x cubed and here x cubed. So I simplify these together. 3x squared plus 3x cubed plus 20x cubed. It's 23x cubed. Then this is x squared and this is x squared. Minus 6x squared minus 4x squared. Remember, like the question, we compare the same sign, so we add. Minus 6 minus 4 is minus, then x squared. Can we simplify more? No, because this is x cubed, this is x squared. They are not similar. So this is simplified. We can simplify more. Now part B. Do the same thing. Let's multiply them. 4p squared plus 4 times 7, 28, p, minus p times the 3p minus 3p squared. Minus times minus plus 2p plus 10p minus 2p squared. Now let's simplify. Let's work out the squares together. 4p squared minus 3p squared. This is 1p squared. Minus 2p squared is minus p squared. Now let's do the p. 28 plus 2, 30. 30 plus 10, 40. So plus 40p. And that's it. We cannot simplify more. Some of you might write 40p minus p squared, which is the same thing. Next question, it says factorize fully. This is opposite of expanding. In expanding, we multiply. In factorizing, what I will do? I will divide. Okay, what should I divide by? So they said you check the terms and you take a common factor. What kind of a common factor? You take the highest common factor. Why? Because it says factorize fully. So I should take the highest common factor. How do I solve it? First, you compare the numbers, 18 and 12. What is the highest common factor? In other words, what is the largest number that can divide both of them? Some students, they will write 2. Some of them, they will write something different, but the highest common factor is 6. 6 can divide 18 and 6 can divide 12. Now you check the variables. M squared and m. Remember, in highest common factor, we pick the lowest. So I don't pick m squared, I pick m. So this is the highest common factor. Now what do? I open a bracket. Now I divide these terms by the common factor. Let me start with the first one. 18 divided by 6, 3. M squared divided by m, it's m. How did I do it so fast? Look, there's 2 ways you can do it, which one you like. M squared divided by m. That m has no power, which means 1. You know, in division we subtract, so it's m power 1, which is m. Or you can imagine it as a fraction. Let's do cancellation. We move 1m down, or 1m down and 1m up. So the answer is m. Now the next part, 12 divided by 6, 2. M divided by m, cancelled. So this is the answer. Okay, how do I check if my answer is correct or not? You expand again. 6m times the 3m, 18m squared. 6m times 2, 12m, which is the same. So it's correct. Now let's continue taking the highest common factor. From 10 and 35, the highest common factor is 5. Now n square or n cube, we pick the lowest. N square, open bracket. 10 divided by 5, 2. N square divided by n square, cancelled. 35 divided by 5, 7. N cube divided by n square, n will be remaining. We close the bracket. You can expand to check if it's correct or not. Last one, 24 and 16. Both of them can be divided by 8. Now, a square and a, I take a. B square, b cube, we take b square. C and c square, we take c. Now open bracket. 24 divided by 8, 3. 8, a square divided by a is a. B square divided by b square, cancel. C divided by c, cancel. Next we put minus. 16 divided by 8, 2. A divided by a, cancel. B cube divided by b square, b. C square divided by c, c. And we close the bracket. Next, simplify this expression. 3 over x minus 2 plus 2 over 5 minus x. Normally in fractions, we simplify like this. We say, remove 2 from here and 2 from here. Can I do it here? No, we can't. Because I can do it if it is multiplication. This is addition and subtraction. We can't do simplification. So, Mr. How do I simplify it? We solve it. We have fraction plus another fraction. How do we add fractions? They must have the same denominator to add them or subtract them. So x minus 2, I will multiply it by 5 minus x. And 5 minus x, I will multiply it by x minus 2. So do I multiply only the denominators? No. We multiply up and down. So now it will be 3 times this. Let me expand it directly. 15 minus 3x. Then here we have plus 2 times here. So plus 2x. Then plus 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. Over what? Over this. You keep them as multiplication. You don't multiply them. We keep them in bracket. Did we finish? No, we need to simplify. Let's look at the numerator. 15 minus 4, 11. Minus 3x plus 2x minus x. Over 5 minus x, x minus 2. Can I simplify more? Is there something to simplify? No. So this is the final answer. Question 10. Multiply or divide this expression and simplify. First one is multiplication. So we multiply. How do I multiply fractions? Up times up, down times down. But before you multiply, you should simplify or doing cancellation. So how do I do that? I pick one number up and one number down, and I do the simplification. So for example, let's pick 14 and 7. Both of them can be divided by 7. 7 divided by 7, 1. 14 divided by 7 is 2. Then 12 and 3. 3 divided by 3, 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now we check the letters, the variables. I have p up and p down. It's cancelled. Now I have 1n down and 2n up, so I will cancel the power. Can I cancel that m with that m? No. Why? Because both of them are up. Should be 1 up, 1 down. Now let's multiply what is left. I have 4 times 2, which is 8. What is left up? We have mn. And then we have m times m squared, which is m cube n over. What do I have down? Everything is cancelled. So it's over 1, which means nothing. You just you remove it. So it's 8 m cube n. Next one, I have division. Okay, but mister, we don't know how to divide fraction. Yes, true. So we change it to multiplication and we multiply by the reciprocal. So I change division to multiplication. The first one, I write it as it is. 8 AB over 15C. Now instead of division, multiplication, and I take the reciprocal only in the second fraction, not the first one. Right, Ma'al? So we multiply by the reciprocal. 45 C square over 4 A square B. Now we do the simplification, not before, now. So 4 divided by 4, cancel. 8 divided by 4, 2. 15 and 45, both of them can be divided by 15. Or you can do it by 5 and then by 3. 15 divided by 15, cancel. 45 divided by 15, 3. Then 1b up, 1b down, cancel. 1c down, 1c up, 1a up, 1a down. Let's now multiply. 2 times 3, 6. Any letter left? Yes, C. Over, down. What is left? A. So it's simplified. Now the last one. It's already multiplication. Okay. Can I cancel y from here and y from here? No. Why we can't? Because we have plus and minus. So what do I have to do here? Just multiply numerator and denominators together. So let's do 10y plus 10 over y plus 1, 3y plus 4. Now look, I didn't expand those brackets. I keep it as it is. Why? Because I'm trying to find another bracket so I can cancel them. Now let's look at the numerator. We have 10y plus 10. Can I take a common factor? Yes, we can take 10 as a common factor. 10, open bracket, 10y divided by 10 is y, plus 10 divided by 10, 1. Close it, over y plus 1, 3y plus 4. Now, not surprisingly, we must have two similar brackets. Y plus 1, y plus 1. Since I already factorized, I make it multiplication. I can cancel the whole bracket with the whole bracket. So the answer will be 10 over 3y plus 4. That's it. Next, question 11. Find the value of the angles x, y, and z. So we need the value of x, y, z. And stating the reasons. If we don't mention the reason, we will lose marks. First of all, let's try to find x. Let me use that straight line. We know that straight line makes 180 degrees. Let me write the formula. 48, this one, plus x is equal to 180 degrees. Now let me state my reason why. Because We used straight line angle. Now how to keep x alone, how to solve it? We take 48 to the other side. So x is equal to 180 minus 48 because I took it there. So it's 132. This is x. We can put degree also as a unit of the angle. Now let's try to find y. Here we have kind of an X shape. What do I know in this X shape? I know that this angle is equal to this angle. Why? Let's write the reason. We say that 48 is equal to 2y because those two angles are vertically opposite. Now, how do I find y? I divide by 2. So y is equal to 48 divided by 2, 24. Now let's find v. Let's take that straight line. The one that's down, okay? We know that their sum should be 180. Let me write it down. Z plus 10 plus, what's that here? This is 90 plus, now 2y, what is it? Let's calculate it. Already we have it here actually. 2y is equal to what? 48. All of these are equal to 180. Y are equal to 180? Straight line. So you write your reasoning, straight line angle. Now let's skip z here and add all these numbers and take them to the other side. 90 plus 10, 100. 148, take it to the other side. So z is equal to 180 minus 148. So it's 32. So like this, we explain the reasons and we found the value of x, y, and z. Question 12. Calculate the value of q. This is 3q, 2q, q, and this is 90. How would I solve this? I will take all the angles. Look, all the angles, they create what? A circle. What do I know about the circle? It's 360 degrees. Let's write the formula. 90 plus 3q plus 2q plus q is equal to 360. Take 90 there, it will be 270. Simplify this. 3q plus 2q, 5q plus q, 6q. Now to find the q, we divide by 6. So 270 divided by 6, which is equal to 45. If you don't know how to find the calculation, do it as a long division. 45. And this is the value of Q. Next question. Calculate the missing angles stating the reasons. Okay, let me start from up here, S. What is S equal to? S is equal to 98 degree. Y? Vertically opposite. Write it all, okay? No, don't write it like this. In the exam, write vertically opposite. Then, let me find T. Now this is done. Let me find T. So we look, what are those two arrows mean? These two arrows mean these two lines are parallel. So if I have parallel lines, there's something called alternate or corresponding angles we can use. Now, you will say that T is equal to S. Why? Like a Z shape, which is alternate angles. So T is equal to S, which is equal to 98. Why? Alternate angles. Okay, so S and T are what? Alternate angles, so they are equal. Why? Because we have two parallel lines. Let's try to find U. Look, T and U is making what? 180. Why? The reason is straight line. Straight line means 180, right? Now, what's the value of T? We already know that it's 98. So U is equal to 180 minus 98. It's like around 180, so will be 72. Sorry, 82. So U is equal to 82. Now let's find the Q. We say that Q equals to 73, which is equal to, not equal to, it's equal to 73. Why? Vertically opposite, like an X shape. Now let's find R. Look, Q and R, they are here in the parallel lines. So if I have two angles next to each other, what do I say? We say that Q and R are interior angles. So what does that mean? Q plus R are equal to 180. Why? Interior angles. I already know Q, which is 73. So 180 minus 73 is 107. Now let's find P. We can do 180 minus R, or we can say that this is Z shape. So P and Q are equal, which is equal to, what is Q? 73. Why? Alternate angles. Also, do we have here corresponding? Let me check. You can say that T is equal to 98 because they are corresponding angles, like F shape. Okay, this is the end of the video. Hope you, not the end. There's one. Come on, this is easy, guys. We don't have to solve it. Okay, let's do it. So simplify fully this expression. First of all, let's focus on the bracket. Forget about that power. Can I simplify here? Yes, we can. 9 divided by 9, cancel. 27 divided by 9 is 3. I'll try to simplify as much as I can, okay? Now, let me cancel this x, and let me cancel 1 from this power will be 2. Let me write it down. X squared times 3 x power 1 over 2, sorry, 1 over 3, over 3. Now, the square root is a bit confusing, okay? Let's remove it. We talked about already power being a fraction. We said we write the power first, and down we write the root. Let me do that here. What is that root? This is the square root. So I will have x squared times. Now, what's the power of 3? Power of 3 is 1. And then over 2. So I will write 3 power 1 over 2 times. Now x, what's the power of it? 1 over 3. And put it in a bracket. And the square root is already 1 over 2. Or you can say 1 over 3 over 2. Now you know that when you have power on the top of it, there is another power. What do? We multiply the powers. So what is 1 over 3 times 1 over 2? It's 1 over 6. So let me remove those and write instead 1 over 6 over 3. So till now, what did I do? I do some simplification, and that square root, because I don't like it, I remove it. And I write the power as a fraction. Now, all of these to the power of, we can simplify more, but let me keep it as it is. I'm trying to make it easy. Now, all of this, don't forget, to the power of 4 equals to. You know that power 4 will go to all the powers. The first one, x power 2 power 4, which is x power 8. Now, 3 power 1 over 2 power 4. We multiply the powers. What is 1 over 2 times 4? It's 4 over 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So times 3 power 2 times x. Now 1 over 6 times 4 will be 4 over 6. Can I simplify 4 over 6? If you keep it, it's okay, but if you simplify it, it's better. 4 and 6, both of them can be divided by 2. So 4 will be 2, and 6 will be 3. 2 over 3. And down what do I have? 3 to the power of 4. Now, can we simplify? Yes. Let me cancel 2 of the 3, and 2 from here, I will have only 3 power 2. Now, what is left for me? X power 8 times x power 2 over 3. We know that in multiplication, what do? I should add the powers. So 8 plus 2 over 3. But mister, we forgot how to add the fractions. Okay, let me tell you. How to add fractions, we must have the same denominator as we did up when we had two fractions. So this is 8 over 1. How can I make it 3? You multiply here by 3. So it will be, what is 8 times 3? It will be 24 over 3 plus 2 over 3. What is it? We add only the numerator, 26 over 3. Now let me write the final answer here. So when I add this one and this one, what did I get? X to the power of 26 over 3, and then over, what do I have now? 3 power 2, or you can write it as what? 3 to the power of 2, 9. So this is the final simplified answer. So hope this video will help you to understand the thing that you don't know. And good luck for your exam. Don't forget to memorize the formula and show your steps when you're solving. Good luck.